Welcome to this Explainer Executives. Today we're talking about something absolutely crucial, building resilient automated systems. If your organization is using machine learning or automated decision-making, and let's be real, most of us are, you need to hear this. We're going to look at how to set up actual structural oversight so you can mitigate risk and avoid some truly catastrophic failures.
All right, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the illusion of oversight. Then we're going to dissect two major corporate failures, Zillow's runaway algorithms and Boeing's culture of suppression. After that, we'll tackle how to avoid liability laundering. And finally, we'll lay out the 5 pillars of effective oversight.
Okay, let's jump right into section 1. The illusion of oversight and why we need to completely reevaluate our baseline assumptions. So when we hear human in the loop, this is kind of what we picture, right? A highly qualified person sitting at a console, laser focused on the data, ready to jump in the exact second an algorithm messes up. It's an incredibly comforting thought for executives and regulators alike. But as we're going to see today, just having a human present does not equal actual organizational protection. Someone sitting staring at a screen is necessary, sure, but it's totally insufficient on its own.
Which brings us to section 2, Zillow, and what happens when you have algorithms running without breaks. Let's walk through the timeline of Zillow's Zestimate machine learning algorithm. Zillow built this to predict home valuations so they could buy and flip houses at massive scale. The idea was basically to replace slower human appraisers with this lightning-fast, data-driven model. Sounds great on paper, right? Well, the problem was it was trained on historical, stable market conditions. And then late 2020 happened. The pandemic completely scrambled the housing market. All through 2021, this algorithm just kept aggressively buying homes at 5 to 10% over market price. Why? Because it couldn't pick up on those subtle qualitative signals, things like unusually rapid neighborhood turnover, or just that gut feeling of a speculative bubble forming. By November 2021, the whole shebang, the entire Zillow offers program had to be shut down.
And the financial hit? Absolutely staggering. Zillow had to take a $500 million write-down in property losses. That's $500 million. To put the sheer scale of that failure into perspective, they were stuck with 18,000 overpriced homes in their inventory. 18,000! And the system had absolutely zero circuit breaker mechanisms to tell it to stop buying.
But here is the absolute vital takeaway for every executive watching this. Zillow actually had human real estate experts on staff, and those experts saw what was happening. They recognized those weird market signals that were completely invisible to the algorithm. So what went wrong? The structural flaw was that leadership gave those experts literally no formal authority to override the algorithm's purchasing decisions. Their warnings were treated as just that, advisory, not actionable. Structurally disempowering your human experts from intervening when it matters most is a very, very costly mistake. For Zillow, it meant cutting 2,000 jobs and watching their stock price drop by nearly 60%.
Now, let's move to section 3, Boeing, and the very real cost of suppression.
The Boeing 737 MAX disasters show us an even darker reality. These failures weren't because humans were missing from the loop, it was because qualified personnel were desperately trying to intervene and they were shut down. Back in 2018, senior engineer Ed Pearson sent written warnings to leadership about abnormal production conditions in the factory. The organization's response? Nothing substantive. Also, from 2012 to 2018, Boeing was permitted to self-certify systems like MCAS, structurally bypassing independent human review altogether. And even recently, in 2024, quality engineer Sam Selapore faced workplace retaliation after raising formal structural concerns. The humans were there, trying to provide oversight, but the organizational architecture basically just refused to listen to the signal. And we have to acknowledge the tragic reality of this systemic failure. 346 people lost their lives across 2 crashes in just 5 months. This is exactly what happens when an organizational culture starts treating human oversight as an annoying roadblock to hitting schedule and revenue targets rather than a crucial safety net. Financially, the consequence of treating human experts as an inconvenience was a massive $2.5 billion deferred prosecution agreement with the DOJ for actively concealing design flaws from the FAA. It is a textbook systemic failure of governance. So you have to ask, how does a highly sophisticated organization actually let this happen? Well, it usually starts subtly. Sociologist Diane Vaughan calls this the normalization of deviance, a concept she famously used to analyze the Challenger disaster. Here's the danger. Even if you have humans in the loop, if they're constantly approving repetitive, low-consequence automated decisions, their level of oversight degrades. When a catastrophe doesn't happen immediately, people interpret that absence of disaster as evidence that things are actually safe. Day by day, the threshold of concerns slowly erodes until eventually a catastrophic event becomes practically inevitable.
We see this cognitive degradation all the time in high-volume environments. Just take a look at this data on cybersecurity alert fatigue. 44% of alerts are flat out ignored. Why? Simply because the volume generated by automated systems is so overwhelming. If an employee has to process hundreds of alerts a day, they just start rubber stamping them. The human basically becomes a mindless extension of the algorithm. Putting a human in the loop without ensuring they are genuinely cognitively engaged is completely useless.
All right, let's pivot to Section 4, avoiding liability laundering.
Let's unpack what is arguably the central challenge of responsible AI governance right now. It's a concept called liability laundering. This happens when an organization inserts a nominal human review step into an automated pipeline, but they don't actually give that human any genuine authority or the time needed to intervene. You are essentially forcing an employee to absorb all the reputational and legal accountability for automated outcomes that they have absolutely zero real power to prevent. The big takeaway here is this: technology without human accountability is liability laundering. If your human reviewers are literally just there to check a box so leadership can pat themselves on the back and say, hey, we have a human in the loop, you aren't actually creating a safe system. You are just creating legal cover and laundering your automated risk. And as we've seen, that doesn't hold up when things go wrong.
So how do we actually fix this? That brings us to Section 5, the 5 pillars of effective oversight.
Leading researchers and global frameworks have converged on these 5 pillars, and they are absolutely crucial for your organization. Number 1, expertise. The humans in the loop must actually have the domain knowledge to evaluate the automated output. Number 2, transparency. The algorithm's reasoning needs to be legible to them. It can't just be a black box. Number 3, intervention capability. They need frictionless, formal authority to override the system right then and there. Number 4, psychological safety. Like we saw with Boeing, your culture has to protect, not punish, the people who raise alarms. And number 5, organizational response. When concerns are escalated, they must go into a documented process with strict resolution timelines.
And if you're wondering about the ROI of doing this right, check this out. A mid-tier European bank stopped forcing their human workers to review every single automated alert. Instead, they strategically embedded those human experts at critical model calibration points. The result? A massive 65% reduction in false positives. They kept regulators happy, massively improved their reporting quality, and totally eliminated the alert fatigue that leads to that normalization of deviance we talked about earlier. It's a real game changer.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one vital strategic shift. You have to move your organization away from human in the loop, where people are fruitlessly trying to approve individual decisions at massive scale, and move toward human on the loop. In this model, humans sit at the meta level. They design, monitor, audit, and recalibrate the system's boundaries. This directly aligns with leading frameworks like the NIST AI Risk Management Framework and the EU AI Act. Plus, it actually preserves human expert judgment without completely burning out your team.
So, I want to end on this provocative question. I want you to look at your own automated systems today and really ask yourself, are your human experts structurally empowered to actually stop the algorithm? Or are they just providing your organization with the illusion of legal cover? Evaluate your commitments right now. Make sure you have those 5 pillars in place. And make absolutely certain you aren't just laundering your liability into a future catastrophe. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and here's to building safer, more resilient systems.